Thank you so much. Hey guys, I know today's Tuesday and I'm supposed to do this blah blah Tuesday and I'm supposed to read that but I'm gonna blab about something else today. I am going to do I think it's the top 7, my favorite top 7 eyeshadow palettes that I have in my makeup collection that I absolutely love. I will do a few swatches in the palette, but not a lot. Some of y'all probably have some of these palettes. Some of y'all have probably never heard of it and probably don't have them, but we'll see. My first palette, I bought this on Amazon. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. I love this palette. I finished off one shade. This is what the palette looks like inside. I will shade a matte. I will swatch some shades out of here. I'll swatch like 4 shades and I'll see all 4 shades that I swatch so you can see what they are. And that's what the palette looks like. This is not a bad palette. I think it was like $4 and something plus shipping for this palette on Amazon. You can write this down. Go look it up on Amazon if you would love to have a gorgeous palette like this. Once you use it, you'll never want to use another palette because the palette is awesome. I like this palette as well. This is the Ciate London palette. And this is what it looks like. I know a lot of people have this palette. I love this Ciate London palette. I did pan a shade in here. So let me go through. See how creamy. This palette has some creamy shades in it. And I love this palette. When I got this palette, I did a swamp with my cousin and she sent me some palettes. And we swamped. And oh my god, just look at them shades. And I do use this palette. Sorry if me licking my rag is nasty, but sorry about that. But I do love the Ciate London. And I was gonna do this during what do you call that? During Christmas, the Christmas vlog. When you do the 20, and I was gonna actually put these on there and talk about them, but I am doing a palette declutter on Vlogmas Day. And any palettes that have a sticker, I'm keeping. If it don't have a sticker, I'm getting rid of it. So these right here that I'm doing do have a sticker. There is one palette that I do like, but I didn't put it in here because it is an old palette and it does need to go to the trash. Some of the shadows are getting like, ugh. Essence, spice up your life. This is a good fall palette. I love this palette. I've seen so many people declutter this palette on makeup declutters, and it's like, so this palette is gorgeous. Just look at that palette. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. Let me get some of these shades. I'm gonna swatch some of these shades for you guys. Oh my god. This palette was really cheap. I think I paid $5 something, or no, I think it was $7 or something for this palette, which is not bad. There's the shades I swatched, and I did have the shade pan. I love this palette so much. I definitely love this palette. You know, my next palette I've seen a lot of people keep, but some people say they really didn't like the palette. This is it. The Ace Beauty Paradise palette. And as you can tell, it is one of my favorite palettes of all times. This is a palette I got in a swamp that I did with my cousin. And none of the shades were, you know, my cousin wanted this palette back because she thought it was a lip palette. And she wanted these 2 colors for her lips. When I told her it's an eyeshadow palette and showed her, and she looked at it again, she changed her mind, and now look at it. And I did find this palette at Sephora, online at Sephora, and I found it on their website. So I'm actually going to go on their website, maybe Christmas, if I'm going to get a Christmas card, and I'm going to buy that. So if you see that in my Christmas haul, you know I bought it for myself. This is the Too Faced Sweet Peach Palette. It's not. It is still magnet. I love this palette so much. I have panned 4 shades out of this palette. I use this palette. This palette I've had for a very long time. It should go throw away. But I don't really want to throw this palette away because this palette is sentimental value to me. This is my first high-end palette I ever bought. I scrimped, saved every nickel, penny, dime I could find, whether it was washing my husband's clothes, going through his pants, taking his change. When I first got my own makeup room, which was my daughter's old room, I had a Panda Bear purse that I kept putting money and change into, thinking nobody was going to take it. The money came up missing one time. Then I had to scrimp and save again, and I had enough and saved and purchased this palette off of their website and bought it. Holla! Alright. Oh, let me swatch a few of these shades. I know y'all have seen these shades. And some of these shades in here, this palette is actually, there's some of the shades, if you can see them. It's not showing up as much, and the shades are getting hard pan. So, showing you that's an old palette. My other favorite palette, and I know a lot of y'all do not like him anymore. These next two, y'all just despise them. I don't know what, I don't know what they've done to make y'all actually not want to collect their makeup or hate them. But this is the Jeffree Star and Strawberry palette. I think I said it right. If I said it wrong, I'm sorry, Jeffree Star, if you're watching this and I'm mispronouncing, forgive me, I'm so sorry. But I love this palette. I got this palette in 2020. And I wanted the the Jawbreaker palette. And I got this one instead because I didn't have the Jawbreaker palette. So I had to get this one. And I love this palette. This palette is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful palette. I've made so many looks with this palette. And I do play around with this palette, but I haven't painted any shades yet. But hopefully this coming year, for this new coming year, I will. My last favorite palette is the Morphe James Charles palette. So, I don't know what Jeffree Star and James Charles did to make y'all hate them and not like them anymore, but whatever they did, it can't be that bad because I still love them both. So Jeffree Star and James Charles, I still love you. And for my James Charles palette, look how gorgeous. And I have panned a couple of shades. Yes, I panned a couple of shades out of his palette. Swatch some of these shades for y'all. And I'll let y'all know the shades that y'all see pan. Y'all must know if there's a shade in the palette pans. Like in my James Charles palette here. The two shades that are panned, I use them a lot. I do use this red shade a lot in this palette. So, this is my top 8 favorite palettes. I wanted to do the top 10 favorite palettes. First I was going to do top 5, and then I was like, I got some more I like. So, now I was going to do top 10, but there was another palette I definitely love, but disposed of it a long time ago. But that is it for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to comment anything you want, if you want to comment and talk about a palette that I post in here, go ahead. Until next time, guys, I love you and bye. For those who are new to my channel, big howdy ho, heck, hello, welcome. Give me a 30-day free trial and see how you like it. Till next time, bye, guys.